Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video announcements. I am recording this on Tuesday, September 16th, and tomorrow, Wednesday, September 17th, there is going to be a housing forum. This is put on by the Interfaith Housing Justice Group here in Nashua and the Nashua GSOP, Granite State Organizing Project chapter. And it is a forum with candidates for the Board of Aldermen here in Nashua. So if you are a Nashua resident and you are wondering who to vote for this fall, this is going to be a forum with as many of the candidates as have said yes. I think there are 12 last I looked who had said yes. And we're specifically going to be talking about housing. And we know that housing is a big issue in Nashua. So we'll give each candidate a chance to share about their thoughts about housing and how they will deal with the housing shortage we have in Nashua and especially the lack of affordable housing. And there'll also be some stories from folks in the community so that our folks who are running for office can hear those stories and carry them with them as they are potentially elected to serve our city. So that's tomorrow night, the 17th at 7 p.m. It is over at Main Street Methodist Church. And I really hope that I will see some of you there. I think it's going to be a really great event. This Saturday, there are a couple of trainings run by GSOP. One of them is an active bystander training that is here in Nashua at Pilgrim Church. That's one of the UCC churches. And that one's in the morning, 9:30 to 11:30. I will put a link in the comments where you can sign up for that. And then in the afternoon, there is going to be a Organizing 101 training that is in Manchester, and that is all afternoon. It's about 5 hours in the afternoon. They are providing childcare for that and refreshments, and that's an opportunity to learn kind of the basics of community organizing. This Sunday, we will have service out in our parking lot once again, and we are looking still for some help setting up outside. So if you are able to come fairly early, 8 a.m., and help us set up so that we can have the nice space with pop-up tents and chairs and all of that. We would love your help. I'll put a link in the comments where you can sign up for that to help this Sunday. We're hoping this will be our last Sunday outside, fingers crossed, and it does look like it's going to be a nice day at this point, so that'll be great. We're going to talk about unexpected arrivals, the things you didn't expect or didn't want to arrive, or the things we've collectively didn't expect or didn't want to arrive, and how do we move forward with unexpected arrivals. It will be the first Sunday of faith formation workshops, and that includes the Our Whole Lives class for our kindergarten and first grade kiddos. So that starts this Sunday. And also our Coming of Age program starts this Sunday with a gathering from 4 to 6 p.m. at Greeley Park. We're mostly going to be at UU Nashua, but we're going to start off the year at Greeley Park this Sunday. So if you have an 8th or 9th grader, Sadie will share some more information about that Coming of Age kickoff. I've been so grateful for how well our Smooth Sunday teams are going in this kind of limbo time where we're in between being in and out of our building. And I do still need 3 to 9 more people. If I definitely need 3 people, it would be great to have 9. So I will put a link in the comments to where you can sign up for that. We're particularly looking for people for Team 6 at this point, and you can indicate which teams you're available for on the form. And it's pretty easy. It's every 6 Sundays, so it's 7 times over the course of the year. You're with a team of people, so you kind of get to know how to work together. And you set up and clean up fellowship hour. You serve as greeters. Right now, setting up the welcome table, making sure it looks good, and making sure our church is welcoming and hospitable on Sunday mornings. this has been just a really essential part of how we've made church work in all these different places, and we're going to continue it into being in our space. And so, if you want to sign up to help with that, I would be very grateful. Again, I'll put the link in the comments. One more thing happening Sunday, our Green Sanctuary team is hosting a hike. They were hoping to do it on September 7th, and then it was a little too rainy, so it's 2 p.m. this Sunday, and it'll be at Lovewell Pond, I believe, and all the information about it is in the newsletter, and you can reach out to Dick Whithue to let him know that you're planning to come. In addition to our children and youth faith formation starting, we have some adult faith formation starting as well. Over the next 3 weeks, I believe starting next Monday, maybe starting the Monday after that, there's going to be a Daring Democracy book group. This is a program we've run several years ago, but we're doing it again because democracy is a little bit under attack, or maybe a lot under attack. So it seems a good time to kind of review what's this democracy thing all about, and why do we care about it? So it's reading a book together, and there are 3 sessions. They'll be on Mondays at 7 p.m. It's being led by Kevin Ross Emery. He'd love to have you join, and you can reach out to Sadie for more info about that, or to let her know that you plan to be a part of it. Our covenant groups are also opening up to new members this fall. So if you want to be part of one of our groups that meets once a month to go deeper on our theme of the month and to connect with each other, you can fill out the form that I'll put in the comments and just let Sadie know which ones you're interested in. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday on the 28th, we are having our safe congregation training. If you are one of the volunteers who is supposed to go to that, hopefully someone has told you. I know I told a bunch of folks last week that they were among the people who should go to that. It's happening after church. It's going to be from noon to 1:30. We will provide lunch and childcare for that. And it's time to learn about the safe congregation policy of our church. Everyone is welcome, and there are particular people who we require to take it. So I will put a link in the comments to RSVP for that. It helps us to know how many people to plan for lunch that day. There are 3 community events happening in November that I want to tell you really briefly about. The first is the Micah Dinner. This is the Granite State Organizing Project's biggest fundraiser of the year. It is a lovely dinner. It's going to be in Manchester at the Puritan back room. And the highlight of the dinner is that they offer these Micah Awards, which are given to people who do justice work in our community, and who don't necessarily get credit for it. As often our big justice advocates do their work quietly, and you don't hear them bragging about their work. But this is the night that we get to brag about their work. And I'm so excited that Kate Messner from our community is going to be receiving a Micah Award this year. And I hope we'll have a good crowd from UU Nashua to celebrate her. We've already got 12 people going. We have 2 tables of 10 that I've reserved. And if you would like a seat at one of those tables, we have about 8 seats left. We would love to have you. So just send me an email or send me a note in whatever way is good for you if you want to join us and have one of those seats. They cost $50 for a seat at our table. The tickets are usually $60, but because we bought a table, it's a little bit less, so it's $50, and we'd love to have you. Again, that's October 5th. It's in the evening. That's a Sunday evening, 5 p.m. up in Manchester. The NAACP is also doing their big fundraising dinner on October 17th. That's a Friday night. It's here in Nashua at the Nashua Country Club. I will put a link in the comments to more information about that. We had a great crowd the last couple years at that event, so I hope we will again. I know I'm planning to be there, and I'll put the link to where you can get tickets. And then the last thing is that the Crop Walk is coming up on October 19th. This is the big interfaith project of the fall, when people from all different houses of faith around in the greater Nashua area come together to walk and raise money for hunger. It's a really fun event. Last year, I think we raised collectively over $54,000, and it's a great way to be in community with our interfaith friends as well. So Michael is our recruiter this year, and he would love for you to sign up. I'll put a link in the comments with more information about the Crop Walk and how to become a part of our team. All right, that's what I got for this week, and I hope I'll see you on Sunday for another parking lot service, and I hope you have a good week in the meantime.